Alrighty, what's up, everyone? Hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be the weekly outlook for this week, which is the week of September the 29th to October the 3rd. It's going to be a short weekly recap since we do have the event. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy day number one. We do have a lot more planned coming tomorrow, and then, of course, we're going to have live trading as well. But let's first talk about the key economic events coming into this week. So, for this week, we have a decent amount of red folder news on Tuesday. We're going to have JOLTS opening. That is on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, plus consumer confidence. On Wednesday, we have ADP non-farm enrollment change. That's going to be at 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, we have ISM. That's going to be at 10 a.m. And then Thursday, unemployment claims. And then on Friday, we have non-farm enrollment change plus ISM, which is going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So basically, every single day, we are going to have some form of red folder news besides Monday. As for the earnings calendar, basically, there's nothing left, but we do have Nike after close if you are investing in long term, just to keep that in mind. So let's first talk about the charts. Let's first go into the major indices themselves. Let's take a look at the ES here on the daily chart. Overall, markets pulling back after having a really nice push last week. So we had a nice push towards your all-time highs. And then we ended up having this pullback here with Jerome Powell making some comments on the overall markets. But now you can see we're just coming back down into key levels of support. The key levels that I have here for the ES is your 6620. And then I also have your your FOMC high, which is your 6680. So if you go onto the 1 hour chart here, the key levels I'm going to have coming into next week is really going to be this FOMC high. As long as you can maintain above this level, we can expect this to continue back up and towards your 6720. This is the key level that I have. And I'm also going to mark out another key level here as well, which is just going to be your previous day highs. You can maintain above this. We can see this nice continue back, wishing back towards the upside. Only way I'm leaning more towards the downside in this case. Now, if we get back underneath your 6680 here for the ES. If you go into the SPY chart, key levels that I have marked out, fairly similar here. I have your key levels of support, which is your 657. I'm also going to mark out your FOMC high here as well. Another key level being your 662. So if you do want to see upside, it's going to be above your previous day highs, which is going to be your Friday's highs for continuation. If I am leaning a little bit more towards the downside, right, overall higher time frames, markets are getting bought up. I'm only really interested in shorts if we can get underneath your number one FOMC highs, and if we can get underneath your 658, which is going to be your previous day lows. So let me just mark out this FOMC highs, which is your 660. That is also going to be a key level here as well. So let's go into the daily chart for the NASDAQ. You can see overall NASDAQ still fairly bullish. We're continuing to make higher lows here on the daily chart. We also have your FOMC high, which is being defended. Now this is your down close candle here as well. What I like to see is really this push back up and towards your all-time high. So for the NQ coming into this week, key levels that I have marked out, FOMC high, you can see buyers basically stepping in off this level on the daily chart, on the 1 hour chart here as well. If you want to see some upside in this case, now it's going to be above your previous day highs. Really, it's going to be above this 24,800 for continuation back towards the upside. Also, I'll talk about more about these levels coming into Monday morning as well. Just because we'll see how markets open in the after hour session and then also in the pre-market as well. So this is going to be the key level for the NQ for some more upside. Basically, you can see multiple touches here, previous level of support turned into resistance. Now we really want to see the reclaim back above your 24,800 for continuation back towards the upside. If you look at the QQQ, fairly similar level here. FOMC high, buyers stepping in off your 591, right back into the area that we broke down from, previous level of support, now acting as resistance. What we like to see is really above your 597 for continuation back towards the upside. So this is what we're going to be looking for coming into market open here on the major indices. Now let's take a look at some of the tech names that we do have. Number one, what we have here is Tesla. This one's shaping up fairly nicely. Strong candle closure here as well on the daily chart, also the weekly chart. So higher lows are being built on the daily. We have clear ruins back up and towards your all-time highs. So for Tesla, you can see really next major level, if you can get above now, it's your 440. Next level is really going to be above your Sorry, next level above your 440 is going to be your all-time highs basically. So we have your 460 and then we have your all-time highs 480. So we'll keep an eye out on Tesla. This is going to be one of our main watches coming into next week, just because showing some strength compared to the overall market. As I mentioned, key level that it has to break now 445 for a continuation back towards the upside. So we'll keep an eye out on Tesla. Other levels that we can have marked out here as well is just going to be your 430. So either right higher lows, right, still be built, maintained on the 1 hour time frame, or now it's going to be the break above your 445 for continuation higher. Let's go on to NVIDIA key levels that we have marked out. If we go on to the hourly chart, as you can see here, recently just hit all-time highs last week on Monday with news. Now you can see we're just kind of right back inside of this range that we have established. So key level is your 184. You can see we have multiple touches towards the downside. We're just basically consolidating in the middle of this range. What I like to see here on NVIDIA now is going to be the break above your 179. If you can break back above your 179, we can see continuation higher towards the upside. I would like to see that at a minimum on the 1 hour chart. And of course, the best trade opportunity is going to come once we break above that all-time high. So key levels, 179, 172, until we're able to break above or below these key levels, right? We want to be a little bit more cautious. Now let's go into AMD. AMD, similar thing here compared to NVIDIA, just a lot more consolidation here on the 1 hour time frame. Tried breaking out last week, ultimately kind of rejected off this key pivot level, was not able to close above that 162. So moving forward, right, still it's going to be that close back above your 162 for continuation. Another scenario that we do have here as well is going to be the bounce off of your 155. If you can bounce off your 155, we can see this nice push back towards the upside here as well. So that's what we have for couple of these names here. Let's go into a few other ones. Google recently just came off of your all-time highs, came back down into the area that we broke out from, plus this gap fill here on the higher time frames. Key level for Google is now going to be the break above that 248 hold for this continued push back towards the upside. You can break structure, right? Reclaim back above that 248 for a continuation higher. As for Amazon, key levels that we have marked out is your 221. If you maintain underneath 221 higher time frame key level, potential continuation more towards the downside. If you want to see upside, reclaim back above 221 for a push higher. As for Apple, so Apple's one of my favorite names for a continuation higher. Didn't really like the close that we had on Friday, but overall higher time frames, we're basically building up this flat top. So what I like to see here on Apple, really break above your 257. If you can break above that 257, we can see a push towards your all-time highs. This one on the daily chart, we have clear shots towards your all-time high. So now any major dips that we have on Apple, we can expect to gravitate back up and towards that high. So we'll keep an eye out on that coming into tomorrow morning. As for a few other tickers, Meta slowly pushing back towards the downside. Not too much to talk about on this one. Key level is going to be that 545. Netflix, key levels, right? Just kind of consolidating. Similar thing here with Microsoft. So not too much to talk about. As for names coming to next week, at least on the growth side, we can keep an eye out on Intel. This one, nice daily time frame breakout. We have news catalyst here as well, pushing higher. Let's see if that any sort of dips get bought up here on Intel. Key levels that we're going to have marked out is really just going to be your 3420s. We can now also mark out other key levels like your previous day highs, along with your 3520. So I'd like to see really Intel, right, maintain above that 3520, or if we can pull back down and towards your Thursday's highs for a continuation back towards the upside here as well. For some other tickers that we do have, Palantir, this one recently is now just consolidating. So we're making higher lows here for Palantir. Key levels that we have marked out is going to be your 172. As long as you can maintain 172, we can see this continue push back towards potentially your all-time highs now. So 172, a very key level. And then we, of course, have your key level of resistance, which is now going to be that 184. As for a few other tickers here, Oracle is starting to show a little bit more weakness here. Key level that we have is going to be your 292. This one has a pretty big gap fill towards the downside, so we'll keep an eye out on Oracle and AVGO. And then, of course, SoFi looks good. We need that reclaim back above your 2550. Hood just recently came off your all-time highs, 25, 125, and your 121 are key levels. So those are the key levels that we're going to have coming into Monday morning. Of course, we're going to have a more in-depth game plan in the pre-market prep. That is going to be at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll go into some more detail tomorrow morning. morning. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, appreciate if you guys drop a like and sub. And I will see you guys all tomorrow in the pre-market. Also, I'll see you guys all tomorrow for day 2 of the event. All right, take care, everyone. Have a great rest of the day. Peace.